got smacked, but we got smacked, but we got smacked, but we got smacked, but we got smashed, bro. So
3, 2, 1, go!
What's up? It's your boy Levelhead back with another live Level Gamers podcast. This is episode, I want to say, 353, if I'm not mistaken, man. What's up, people? What's up,
my bad, brother. I was on mute. What's up, man?
Y'all
Still on mute. My bad.
What's up, Nia? Howdy, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Lots, well, I don't know if it's a lot to talk about. A little few things to talk about. We got to talk about Valve and what they said about yearly SKUs. I kind of like what they had to say. We also going to talk about Yooka-Laylee or Re-Playlee and the developers and where that system of the game is coming to. We also have to talk about, is Steam Deck a legit threat to the Nintendo and the hybrid Switch? Or is it a threat to something else? We're going to discuss that. And we got to talk about these rumors about multi-plats, old school remake multi-plats for the Switch. We're going to read that article and talk about that. Is there anything else that I missed, Mr. Norris? Did I miss anything?
Man, we got to talk about Bronny James. No, I think that's it.
Don't do that. What is that? Slap yourself. History is made, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that. It's not tonight.
It was good old nepotism. We need some though.
Okay, bro. Don't do that. Don't you get that?
We need some nepotism. What's wrong with that?
As y'all can see, the slappage is taking place early on tonight. Everybody got jokes. But not on my watch, sir. So welcome to the show. As you can see, we are already in the mood and in the mode and ready to get it in. The streets is saying, bro, what? The streets is saying, bro. Then either I'm missing something, you got to finish that, Miss Nia. We too tired tonight to be trying to figure out the codex. Anyway.
He finished it?
Oh, the streets is saying Bronny James. I'm not saying the brother's not trash. I'm not saying that. I'm not defending his game. I'm not defending his game.
Basketball.
I'm not defending Bronny's game. But I'm not going to ruin the historical moment. And I don't care if it is nepotism. Because it is.
It is.
But
it is.
So many others.
No wrong with it.
So many others enjoy
it, bro.
Trump gave his daughter, put her over RNC or the, what is that?
She had no qualifications.
The RNDC or the gun
they all
people.
Jobs at the White House.
Yeah. Gave his son-in-law a position over the foreign affairs and stuff. Like, nepotism is real. So
it's real. We
just get it in.
I just watched Damon Wayans' new show, Papa's House. You know who in the writer's room? All the family in the writer's room. That's
everybody got a job.
Everybody get a job.
That's
dope.
I don't know if that's really. They've been like that for a while though. They earned their stripes. Bronny, on the other hand,
did not. I mean, he did. He earned.
What's up, Red Pill Sleeper Excel? What's up, man? All right, you got to explain this name though. What's this name? Red Pill Sleeper Excel. What's that, man? You got to let us know what that is. You scaring me right there.
Well, red pill is right. That's the pill he took in the Matrix, right? Wasn't it the red pill?
Yeah,
to wake up in the Matrix.
Yeah, I think so.
Or was it the blue pill?
It was the red pill.
I don't have anything to do with the Matrix, but anything that pops up Matrix, I'm on.
I'm all for nepotism, especially us.
There probably ain't no Matrix.
But that don't change that he trash. Wait a minute, Nia.
I doubt.
Because I know you don't watch basketball. Stop it. Stop doing it.
Sports ball.
She said she's not into sports ball.
That's you ain't watching them. You don't know the trash. You can't be taking the word of others and running with it. You haven't. He scored 22 the last preseason game.
And what kind of game was that? What kind of game was that? He scored 22 points in a what kind of game?
It's B. Lewis. Oh, okay. My bad, bro. My bad. Anyway, welcome to the show. We got a lot to talk about tonight. So we're going to wrap all this up. I'm just in the mood. Okay, all right. So we here. I have not finished watching Agatha, so I'm behind. Have y'all caught up? How many episodes am I behind, man?
I still didn't do what you suggested.
So you haven't watched it either. So okay,
I haven't touched the show.
K-Bone, have you sir?
Whoa, yeah, I'll comment it first. Yeah, so I've caught up because I was out of the country, but I caught up, and the only one I haven't watched was the one that came out yesterday.
Oh, okay. All right, what's up, man? Oh, you found out about us when we was with Torrance. I ain't heard that name.
Right. That name.
Minute. Torrance Davis. STF.
How long ago was that?
Played.
How long ago was that, bro?
That's been about Torrance running with Torrance about 7. At least 7.
At least. Yeah, you're right about that.
Maybe I say 5. Yeah, it's been about 6, 7. Yeah.
No, I'm saying 5 would be
at least 5
before COVID.
It's
at the very least.
It was about 2 years before COVID that we kind of did. And we was dealing with more with John Shaw at that time than Torrance.
Yeah.
Oh right. man, bro. So tell Hip Hop Gamer he still got that business when he came. When I went over there and debated him, I still gave him that business. Let him know. I don't care what he say. I don't care what he talking. To hit the #1 journalist got ate up by Levelhead Gamer. I'm talking in third person. Yes, I did. Anyway, if you can smell what Levelhead. But anyway, welcome to the show.
Oh, Lord have
Welcome to the show. Red Pill, welcome to the show. All right, so we got a little bit to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about Valve. We're going to talk about all this. So y'all ready to get into this, what you been gaming on?
Yeah, let's do this, man.
Let's do it. All right, let's go. Yeah. You know what time it is? It's time for What Have You Been Gaming On? Sing it, folks. Let's go. Hey. What you been gaming on? 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 Gaming on, gaming on, gaming on. All right. Hush it. All right, so I see a few comments real quick. I hear that Nia said, I talked to John Shaw last week. It's been a minute since I heard or talked to Shaw. How you doing, Nia? Let us know how you doing. Also, Red Pill said, Hip Hop Gamer. Yes, he is absolutely doing his thing, man. I've been checking him out a few times here and there on X. Hip Hop blew up, man. He with Hot 97. He doing his thing. So, but he still got that business though. But anyway, that was back then. That's not now. That was Mr. L Live was with us at that time. Shout out to Mr. L Live, man. Yeah, man. All right, so who want to go first? Who wants to go first?
Man, I was watching this woman make a sweet potato pound cake. My God. I'll go first. I can't eat none of it. I'm sitting there like, man, is it worth the risk? Anyways, I have still and only been, no, that's not true. I've been playing Ghost of Tsushima, but I did play another game. I've been basically playing Ghost of Tsushima Just been doing every little nook and cranny that I possibly can before I progress deeper into the story. I just started the DLC. I heard a little tip that said, "Hey, if he could go back, he would have did the DLC before he finished the game." So I'm going that way. So I'm doing the DLC on Iki Island. I think that's what it's called. So if you haven't played that, check it out. But I did end up going and turning it on my Switch and playing a little bit more of Echoes of Wisdom. I went ahead and got all the rifts closed. I have no idea. I was just sitting in my living room and I was like, you know what? I haven't played this game in a while.
I think I inspired you, sir.
I had did it before you asked.
Oh, okay.
I literally like probably 5 minutes before you said that, and I was like, I just did it. I closed all the rifts.
I'll let you have it.
So that's what I've been gaming on. That's it.
Okay, so Ghost of Tsushima and the DLC and Echoes of Wisdom. Okay, all right, that's not bad. Mr. Bomb, what have you been gaming on, sir?
All right, so I'm gonna talk about what I've been gaming on, and then I'm gonna go on a rant. So let's see if I can do this pretty quickly. So we'll get the easy stuff out the way. Been gaming on when I came back from vacation, gaming on 2K, gaming on a little Overwatch. I think that's about it. And I played a game or two of NCAA football. So, on my trip,
Wait. Run it back. You went through that real quick. You've been playing what?
I played NCAA football. just 2 games of that.
Oh, okay.
Been playing NBA 2K and playing a little bit of Overwatch.
All right. You must have took your PlayStation.
I took 2 things with me on my trip to Switzerland.
Switch and PlayStation.
I took 2 things. One thing I took was the PlayStation Portal. That's the Wi-Fi device that allows you to remote play with the PlayStation. The second device I took was my Switch.
I can already kind of see where this is going. Go ahead.
So because you can't play your PlayStation Portal on the plane, I decided on the plane to play my Switch. I decided I'm not feeling the Zelda game, so I wanted to play something else. So I don't think I'm gonna finish that. So I wanted to play something else. Here's where rant number 1, probably only rant, begins. The fact that these people have the audacity for a 5 to 6 year old game to still charge me full price is beyond anti-consumer. It's beyond anti-consumer, and the fact, and since first party Nintendo does it, everyone on the Nintendo platform believes they could do it, and they do it. So people who are 6 years past 7 years after the console have to spend full price for a game. Not happy. But I went ahead and purchased because I played the older versions of the games. I went ahead and purchased which was the one game I wanted to play, but I didn't actually got it, but I sent it back. The crap. What's the name of the game? It's the X-Men, not X-Men. It's Marvel's Ultimate. Marvel's Ultimate 3, something like that. The Black something.
Yeah,
let me get the name of this.
I've been wanting to play that game, but I refuse to pay full price for it.
Marvel. It's full price.
I know what you're talking about. Is it Alliance? Marvel
Alliance, Ultimate Alliance. There we go. Yeah. Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. I paid $59.99 for this game.
Yeah, I said no.
And it is not worth $59.99. That first level felt, it's going to come out wrong because it's a Nintendo console, and immediately when I say this word, it's going to be applied to all of Nintendo. When I'm not applying it to all of Nintendo, I'm applying it to this game.
Nia, stop, Nia, stop. No, not tonight. We're not gonna give K-Pom these outs. No. At least he trying new things.
No,
Forget
I
him.
paid
Go ahead.
$59.99 for
Forget
this game.
K-Pom and what he tried new.
So
Go ahead.
yes, K-Bomb did try new things, and I'm
Shit.
telling you, like I'm gonna use this word, but don't get offended, my brothers. That first opening scene was as kiddie as a level that I could see. It auto played. The game pretty much just auto played itself. And I'm like, I didn't really have to do anything. And it was on the hardest level, and I'm like, this is the opposite of fun. And I've paid $59.99, and all I got through was the first opening sequence with the Guardians of the Galaxies.
Is this
was
game
it.
only on the Switch?
Yes,
Why didn't you get something like Mario Kart?
because I am not a Mario. I already played Mario Kart. I played the crap out of Mario Kart. Why I need to buy Mario Kart? I've already got all I wanted out of Mario Kart. I played Mario Tennis. I played Smash. I played what's the
Tears of
game?
the Kingdom?
With
You get Tears?
Luigi Mansion. I've played those. I don't care for Mario. I don't care for platformers. I do not care. I wanted to play a game that I used to play, and I wanted to play this game for a long time, but it was only on Nintendo system, and it was absolute donkey trash.
This is where all this rant this morning came from, Keith. This is where it
It,
started.
it has absolutely nothing, because this has nothing to do with Nintendo, and well, the price. The price has to do with Nintendo, but the fact that this game was not good has nothing to do with Nintendo.
I could have told you that game was not good, bro. That's what
Oh,
looking at.
I understand that, but I still wanted to play it. I've been wanting to play it for a long time. $59.99 down the drain. That game should be $3 right now on the Nintendo system.
It should be free. That's what it should be.
but the evergreens won't allow it.
That shouldn't be an evergreen, but it is exclusive to Nintendo.
I can't blame Nintendo for that one because it's games on sale right now.
Yeah, I'm just confused, man. Why would you? Why? I mean, I know you did.
I played.
What is it?
All
Gamefly?
the other Marvel alliances.
Okay. All right.
And I didn't have time to get a game from GameFly before my trip.
I got you.
So it was either continue the sleepy gameplay of Zelda or try something else.
That's crazy that the one time that you decide to buy a game.
Yeah. That's the game. That's what's going. Why not Astro Train? Something like that. That's up your alley.
I don't want to play Astro. That's not appealing to me. Astro Chain is not appealing to me. That's not my type of gameplay.
See, and that's why, Nia, I said hold your applause.
Well, because I don't like the games that you like. Hold on, wait a minute.
Let me finish. My
mobile game.
My friend for years. We go way back. Our wives and we went to the movies. I fell asleep. We kindred.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying is you play you stuck with a game that's within your wheelhouse. Marvel Alliance, you played other types of those
played
games?
a game. Wait, no. You're saying this absolutely wrong. I played a game that I've been wanting to play. That's how you should say it. So that's nothing to do. No, it's one to play, and it's only on the Switch. It is an exclusive game on Nintendo's console. I don't have to jump out. I've done enough jumping out of my comfort zone, and all it did was make me go to sleep.
Why didn't you just why you just didn't use it on your GameFly? I'm confused.
Again, I just stated.
Oh, that's right.
I did not have time to get the game
Keith,
before I left on the trip.
I am grossly offended by this purchase. Of all the titles that K-Bo could have spent actual money on, he buys Marvel Alliance.
Big trash.
Hey, you know what I think you would have enjoyed? Can y'all hear me? His thing on?
Yes.
Emio. I think you would have enjoyed Emio a lot.
Didn't even give it a second look.
But wait a minute.
Didn't even download the demo.
Wait a minute. I feel there's more to this rant. So continue, sir.
Oh no. That's it. It's trash.
So how was the portable?
I never used it.
Oh, that ain't
He's
the
busy.
rant.
I actually no. It was I just the way that our days set up. I actually never played the Nintendo Switch since I played it on the flight down. Never played it the rest of the trip.
You was having too much of a good time. Okay, that makes
It,
sense.
it was it was too much. It was too much going on. We were tired when we got back to the hotel. Like we were out pretty much all day. Each of the days, right? We didn't have time to go back to the hotel, chill, relax. No, we were out and about all the time on the trains, traveling. So, yeah, and
Gotcha.
even when I took when we took the trains, I took the Switch with me. Like it was in my book bag. Because we would take a train from Geneva to Gruyere, and it was like a 2 hour train. So it's two
Glier,
hours
huh?
down, huh?
Glier, huh? You
Gruyere,
put
Gruyere,
Glier.
uh, Gruyere, Gruyere.
Gruyere. All right.
And we would go back, and I spend the time like having conversation with people, and I'm not playing the Switch. The only game we actually played on the train, it was a 4 hour train to Germany, to Stuttgart, Germany. We played what's that? No Mercy Uno. That's on physical cards, but I didn't play. I didn't play the Switch. It was I sat there and I talked to people and had conversations. I didn't actually play the Switch on those trains. So yeah.
Okay.
That's understandable.
Yes. Now, Nia, she said, did you get the real boxing game, though? That's me. You talking about me. But you ain't gonna give me credit for trying new stuff, because I'm not even answering your question. I'm not. So anyway, what have I been gaming on? It's been pretty much one game. I'm kind of tunnel vision when it comes to certain type of titles. That's what I stick with until I finish it. So I kind of put Astrobot on the back burner for right now.
That's
For
crazy.
I know I am shocked, but Echoes of Wisdom, I'm really enjoying this title. So I just beat all the rifts, and I literally just opened the path in the Sacred Forest. Keith, you know what I'm talking about. So
Yep.
I have made it. I have talked to whom I needed to talk to. I have found out what the prime energy is, which I should have knew that's what it was. I don't know why I wasn't even thinking that's what it was, but that's what it is. And then, you had the scene with the Echo, and, I jumped into the rift after this particular Echo. So I literally stopped it right there. I'm taking it that I'm almost done. So I did find the fairy. Finally, I found her. There's a lot of echoes in this game. Some of them that you really don't need, and it just fills up your menu. You never will use it. Some of this stuff I never use. Some of the bosses, some of the enemy types, I have like 5 echoes that I use regularly. Of course, you're gonna need your fires, your ices, and your warrior. One. I feel like one warrior, one. I would say level 3 warrior or level 4 warrior. I forgot which level. Will suffice no matter where you're at. I barely have to go into my sword mode. Keith, I rarely use my sword.
Me too.
There is no need. Like, what I'm gonna say this is Zelda, the wisdom and the priestess is a beast. I think she'd put it on if she had to. She is a problem. What she can do is a problem, but I haven't seen Link in his fullness yet. So I'm with hope. But yeah, I feel like I'm at the end. I can clearly tell I'm at the end with Noel. And now let me ask you this without spoiling. Is there still a twist that I haven't seen yet with Noel?
Is there still a twist?
Is this really a new
Nah.
enemy? Is this really a new enemy? I guess.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm
Okay.
gonna spare you. I don't know.
All right. So I do like them playing with, okay, K-Bum, this would be something that you may be interested in as believers. You know the whole. Remember when Flame did the song when they came out with the whole thought of nothingness? Remember that whole thing that was kind of floating around nothingness. Everything came from nothingness. I don't know if you heard. Okay, they play with that in this game. The boss that you're dealing with deals with that subject of nothingness, and I thought that was interesting. When you know the history of the Triforce and what that's based off of, to have this protagonist that's about this view of nothingness was kind of dope to me. So that's what I've been playing. I plan on when I jump. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Okay, so Astrobot is fun, but as I was playing Echoes of Wisdom, I began to realize that there is something missing from Astrobot, and that's an actual story. And K-Bum, I'm gonna be honest with you. Mario and might have cheesy, small stories, but it's there. And that's that little bit to keep you going. Echoes of Wisdom story ain't crazy, but it is interesting. Would you say that, Keith? It's an interesting storyline.
Absolutely.
And it's very engaging, and I'm very curious as where this is going. I believe Astrobot is literally just a platformer. There really is no aim. You just go and you beat the stage, and you go to the next stage, you beat the stage, and you collect, and you go to the next stage. There's really not a storyline to follow other than overcoming the inconvenience of this person who threw you off your path. And sometimes it just feels like you just platforming for platforming's sake with nothing really tying it together. And I think that's why I have drawn into Echoes of Wisdom so much, is because I'm curious what's next and what's down there and what's going to be said and what's going to be revealed, what's going to be shown, what twist, like the whole twist of when I got all what I needed to get, which I knew what was going to happen. They show up and what happens, and then that was all dope to me. And I'm like, man, I got to go figure this out, and I got to go find this dude to go talk to this and go to this mountain. And I like that. So, yeah. Bro, you play Mario. Laugh out loud. The crows were my... Yeah, I do got one particular bird that I did use. But no, man, I'm enjoying the game. I think I'm almost done, so I should probably have this finished by this weekend. If not tonight, I don't think I am. I think I'm gonna shut it down after I get off here. But with that being said, that's what we've been gaming on. So, there is a few things to talk about on tonight. So, we got to talk about Valve rejects yearly releases. We're going to talk about that. We also going to talk about Yooka-Laylee, Re-Playlee. I guess it's Yooka Re-Playlee. Is that how you say it now? Yooka-Laylee. Yeah, Yooka-Laylee, Yooka Re-Playlee. That's what it is. It's Yooka Re-Playlee, but it's actually Yooka-Laylee. We got to talk about this, that, and what seems to be being teased a little bit. So we're going to ask the question, is Steam Deck a threat to Nintendo? And we got to talk about this real quick. Let me get this out the way. Can we stop with the NS2 rumors and predictions? Let me say this, and I said this before. And Keith, I guess you can come in. We can kind of get this one on out the way. I was tempted, bro, to make a video, personal video, talking about this. Look, y'all, we are all ready to see the Switch 2. But I think I am going to pull this up. I put this on Twitter, or on our X, whatever it's called. I want to show this real quick because this literally got covered. You saw my post, didn't you, Mr. Norris?
Which one?
This one right here. This one right here. Okay, so this is how sad it has gotten in these streets, that a drawing of the Nintendo Switch.
Oh, that one
is getting is getting 15 to 20-minute video discussions, a drawing. Now look, I like the next person is I'm ready for Nintendo to release this thing. I am ready. I really am. And I'm like this dude right here. Let me show this real quick. I'm like this dude right here, man. I'm ready for this thing to release. Let me play this real quick.
Give it to me! Give it to me! Give it to me! Give it to me! Just give it! Damn!
I feel him.
Give it to me! Give it to me! Give it to me! Give it to me! Just
This
give
dude,
it!
this dude, I think this is how all these people feel, right? All right, shut up. All right, there you go. So, but we need to stop. I'm sick of every time I turn around, something is in my notifications about some Nintendo Switch 2 supposed new news. And you get on there, and Keith, they talking about sketches. And they dredging through all the same material that they discussed 5 other times that end up not being correct, the date not being right, the person who put Switch 2 with the big eyes and deleted, nothing happens. Supposed to be released this week on Tuesday for Wednesday, nothing happens. And y'all keep finding something. The wind shifts left, and that's indication that Nintendo is going to release it on Tuesday of the next week because the wind went left rather than right. Y'all, look. Can we please stop with these videos? Can y'all please find something else to talk about? Nintendo has trolled the crap out of us. Nintendo has controlled the crap out of you guys. They have made y'all look really, 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 really stupid, made your sources look stupid, made your desperation truly on Front Street. And how many times can you waste your listeners, your audience, your subscribers' time and ears with rummaging and rambling through the same milquetoast, lightweight information that you have for 5 to 6 videos? I'm going to say some even 10 videos of the same thing. Look at this. If I went and showed you how many people actually covered this and had 15 to 20-minute videos on it. So, Keith, I'm going to give you the floor. K-Bum, you can come in too if you want to. What's your thoughts on this, bro, real quick, and then we can move on.
Yeah, when I saw that mess, I was like, what are we doing? We are scraping the bottom of the barrel for information, and it's sad. And Nintendo knows it, and they're enjoying it, and hey, bro, listen, they're trolling you. They're trolling you. And Nintendo ain't saying anything because they want to see what next you gonna draw. What next are they gonna do? Nah, man. That's crazy.
Bro,
that's crazy.
I am exhausted, dude. I'm more exhausted with these dudes than I am Nintendo not revealing this thing. Like, just stop. I want to say their name so bad. Because I thought they had some new stuff. And I'm like, oh, okay. And it was dope about a month or two ago when it was, stuff was starting to fall out, reveal or kind of be leaked and all that stuff. And that ship on sale, y'all don't have nothing. Y'all have fumes and desire. And y'all need to chill out. K-Bum, I'll give you the floor and then we can move into this first subject. If you got anything to add to this, or do you not care?
No, man. I can say a little something just real quick. Is that people are going to continue to do this as long as Nintendo holds this information? People are going to feel free because they are thirsty, they are hungry, they are starving for information from Nintendo. Any leak looks good, and this is going to continue to happen until we start getting more concrete information from Nintendo. And so No, I don't see this stopping anytime soon. I don't see people I see people getting tired of it, but I don't see it stopping. The next thing is going to be clickbait for someone else. They're going to find something that someone's baby mama, sister, cousin, auntie said, and they're going to put it out there, create a video for it, and have people who are also thirsty for Nintendo news watching it. So it's going to continue. Actually, to be honest with you, I think it's going to continue to either Nintendo fully shows the system or until the system is out itself. Because even if they give you a little nugget, people are going to take that nugget and they're going to do the same thing with the same information.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's just sad. It's just time for y'all to chill out. Take a chill pill. Nintendo has royally clowned you guys and trolled all of us with a meme, Lormo and and the online, which that turned out to be an MMO, and we still don't know a lot. They showed some pictures and stuff of it, which I got over here, but I'm not going to talk about that tonight. So y'all need to just chill out with that. But anyway, so let's talk about this with the Valve. And I'm trying to find which one. That image is actually insane. It's sad, dude. It really is.
The Switch lunchbox. That's what it looked like. Going to work today, taking my Switch.
So,
oh my gosh.
So let's get into this first topic, because this is going to set up a few of our discussions for tonight. So this came out about 3-4 days ago, and I found this interesting, and I kind of we kind of talked about it in our private chat room, if I can actually pull it up. There it is. And so we kind of talked about this, and it's so much that I want to peel from this. But so it says Valve won't release a new Steam Deck every year. They are not for releasing yearly iterations of Steam Decks. And so let's look at what they got to say. It's no secret that the Steam Deck has been an absolutely revolution in the handheld gaming space. Because while many think of handhelds and their associated games as lighter adventures or low level graphics, the Steam Deck is an absolute beast, fully capable of playing some of the most demanding AAA games in the space. To date, Valve affirms that it sold multiple millions of Steam Deck consoles. The demand eventually led Valve to create a Steam Deck OLED, which beyond offering a better screen, also had more capable battery. And that's not even counting all the companies that have stepped up in the time since which their own Steam Deck competitors. Like the how you say that? Asus Rogue Ally? How you say that? Well, the Rogue the Asus. Rogue Asus. Okay, Rogue Ally. Or the fact that Sony created its own pseudo handheld in the PlayStation Portal. K-Bomb, how did you enjoy that over your trip? All right, let's continue. Or that Microsoft is even considering an Xbox handheld to launch alongside its Series X and S. In other words, it's been more than a revolution for gaming habits. It's been an industry shifter. Now, y'all, I hate. Okay, anyway, I say no, I'm not gonna let this slide. Give credit where credit is due. Steam Deck didn't do this. The Switch did this, and y'all gonna stop trying to bypass the Switch and trying to give everything else the credit for this shift. Nintendo did.
No. It said shifter, not innovator.
It says it just said revolution up at the top. It's a revolution.
Revelation.
No, it said revolution up earlier. Let me go back.
Did it?
Yes, you trying to correct me. I'm holding them to account.
Oh, I'm reading it right there. It said revelation for gaming habits.
It says it's no secret that the Steam Deck has been an absolute revolution in the handheld gaming space. Revolution is the first word they said. Revelation down here. So you are correct. It did say revelation where you at, but it said revolution first.
Well, when they talk about as far as graphics,
I don't give a care what they talking about. Steam Deck
but
is in response.
no.
Steam
The
Deck.
revolution that they're referring to was strictly talking about graphics.
I don't care. Steam Deck is found its footing because of the Switch.
That's not what they're saying, though.
They're talking about the devices afterwards, probably.
That's not. They're not disowning the Switch. They're talking about what the Steam Deck has been able to do as per graphics in the mobile space. It has nothing to do with downplaying the Switch.
As per, I don't care. You did not even mention the Switch at all.
This is a personal thing. That's nothing to do with the article. Because they're
the article,
not dogging the Switch.
The article, they're not even mentioned it. The portal is mentioned. Rogue Ally is mentioned. Steam Deck is mentioned, and the one who kicked it off is not even mentioned. And let me say this: it's not a slouch itself when it comes to graphics.
Because it's not a PC device.
Is the PlayStation Portal a PC device?
Oh, maybe. Okay, you got it.
All right. So I'm not letting them do it. Second, Valve is playing things a bit more safely compared to the competition. Amen. As part of a larger interview, to commemorate the Steam Deck debut in Australia, designer Lawrence Yang spoke with the Australian leg of reviews.org to explain Valve's rationale. It is important to us, and we try to be really clear. We're not doing the yearly cadence, Yang said. We're not going to do a bump every year. There's no reason to do that. And honestly, from our perspective, that's kind of not really fair to your consumers to come out with something so soon that's only incrementally better. So that's the statement. Valve has always been a very customer-friendly company, so it would make sense that it wouldn't blindside its customers with an successor, particularly as a portion of the world didn't even have access to the base console. So as y'all can see, that's Yang's position, that they do not want to come every year with a marginally better Steam Deck undermining their consumers. There are several places we're going to go off of this subject, but just starting there, K-Bum, I'm going to open the floor with you. What do you think about that and Valve's position there? Is that something you think is what do you think about that? Just let you kind of just go your play. Go where you want to go.
No problem. I think that's a good approach in the gaming space, the gaming sphere, to not have these yearly releases when it comes to the actual hardware, especially when they're kind of fitting themselves into this mobile PC space. Being able to have something with longer legs that can last a little bit longer is a proper place to be as a mobile PC. So I agree with them. As far as being anti-consumer, I don't know. I don't know what my take on the anti-consumer piece when it comes to this type of thing.
Okay. Mr. Norris, you come on through. Pick up where K-Bum left off. First, how do you feel about Lawrence Yang's position with Valve not wanting to bring yearly remodeled or revisions or revised systems, I guess, or updated systems? What's your thoughts on that? And is it anti-consumer, like he said? Go ahead.
No, I appreciate that. That he said that that he doesn't want to do that because it definitely speaks to the consumer. If you know anything about Valve, if you know anything about Steam, they do a lot of good stuff in the gaming space with their tech, with their software, the deals that they have. I mean, people can go out and have those Steam sales, and people can play games that they've been wanting to play, and it just kind of falls in line with what they stand for, and not making the incremental improvements each year and waiting on a generation leap in compute. And of course, like he mentioned, sacrificing battery because that's the ultimate thing when you're talking about handhelds. So no, I commend him on that statement. I do have a idea, but I'll hold off unless you want me to just go. I'll just shoot it off from the hip.
Well, let me get
I'll
mine,
shoot.
and then I'm gonna throw
Go
it
ahead.
right back to you. So I'm gonna say, yeah, I like the fact that he said that because it doesn't need to be like Apple or iPhones and stuff like those type of devices. Which I'm not gonna even say those type of devices need a new model each year. After you just bought the 11, now the 12 is the following year, or a year or two in, you got a whole new one with all new bells and whistles. I kind of like the fact that they trying to follow that kind of home council type of model where is some time spent with that device before you get a new one. I think that's smart. So yes, and I do think it has some elements of anti-consumerism. If I just bought your device and you come with a brand new one that I didn't know anything about, the next year would, I would kind of feel some type of way. So personally, taking K-Bum lead, I agree with him. Okay, so floor back to you. What was you finna say?
Yeah, so if they were to do a yearly upgrade a la Apple, Google, Samsung, they could push the tech even higher if they wanted to. Because they could do a whole subscription model. I think I said this once before. They could do a whole subscription model and kind of lock you into that one device for however many years you want to be locked in, and they could push that tech even more. I don't know if anybody would want that, but that's an idea that, it doesn't have to be incremental. It could just be, hey, this next device or this device that we have now can now actually play 2K. It has great battery life, but because they're trying to make sure that the price is affordable, they have to limit it in some capacities, or the tech isn't there. One of the two.
All right, K-Bum, any more additional thoughts before we bridge just a little bit farther?
No, I believe that they can. I don't believe the act of itself of releasing the yearly consoles is in itself anti-consumer. I believe that if you provide a way for people to be able to still get these new uh, uh, hardware within the time that they're releasing, and have a way to kind of recycle the system without paying full price every time. I don't see that as being anti-consumer. I think you would and keep this kind of building that case by saying some type of subscription system where they allow you to kind of subscribe to it and pay money and kind of get be a part of the yearly upgrades instead of just be having the rug pulled from under you and saying, hey, now your piece of hardware is old and extinct, and now we're not going to support it anymore. But even with that, I don't think that makes sense in the PC gaming space. Still think that would be a little weird in the PC space. Maybe something that's doable, but I still think that it would be a little weird because it just creates all these different SKUs that the hardware has to work for, and that makes it complicated. From being able to say that this game supports these Steam decks, I think that starts to make the conversation very difficult to have.
Okay. Nia, you said big picture mode low key makes me want a Steam Deck. Explain.
Facts.
Do you know what you're talking about?
Absolutely. Big picture mode is essentially Steam's console mode. Like, If
The
you can
dock Nintendo
The
mode,
dock.
pretty much.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. So I ain't-
no, actually, like, okay, so you can actually set your PC, and I've done this before. When you turn your PC on, instead of it booting into a Windows environment, it will actually boot into the big picture mode, and it would be like you're just using it as a console. I don't know if y'all remember those Steam powered devices that they had a few years back. They did that. So instead of booting into the Windows environment, it booted right into the game. And the big picture mode is essentially think like an Xbox, the way the Xbox is set up, or yeah, basically the UI changes. What she said.
So
Think
it's
like
more.
Xbox, PlayStation, the little what is the PlayStation called? The something bar, the X bar or something. I don't know. But yeah, it's actually pretty cool, and you can control it with your controller, and it feels just like a console.
Got you. So basically, it turns off all those PC functions and just kind of go into allocating all those resources to the game.
I think it's still running in the background, but you don't have to worry about it because it goes right into Steam Big Picture.
Got you. Okay. All right. So it's not just docking it to the TV. It literally changes its function.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I had to research more about that because I'm not familiar with that. So, I guess building on that thought of yearly releases, me and K-Bum and Keith kind of took it outside of the gaming space, out of the console space, and went to the software. And the question becomes, is yearly releases with software anti-consumer? I know he said he believe, and K-Bump said he doesn't believe that releasing a new device yearly is actual anti-consumer.
Just releasing the system without having a system in place so that people can purchase. That was a piece I said with it. Is just releasing the system every year is anti-consumer. But if you provide a way for people to purchase the new system for those who have the older systems without having to pay full price, that gives additional help to those consumers, which in turn makes it not anti-consumer.
Okay, so I guess the question is, and I guess Chariot Man, you here? What's up, Chariot Man? Welcome to the show. They not doing it, so clearly Valve doesn't have like a trade in if you want the new system, bring your old system, like they do with cell phones. Does the Ally Rogue or one of those systems have it? Lenovo on all them?
Well, I don't think any of those devices do that.
Okay, so they not doing that right now. All right, so okay, so I see what you're saying, K-Bum. But if they did we just put a new system out. I saw Beat 'em Ups kind of talking about a company that was doing that, like before he can even get the review of the device he had, they had a new one up, more powerful and different.
Yep.
And it made him mad because he's like, I can't even make my fan base feel confident in buying one of these things because as soon as I put this one up, you got a new one, and before I even got that one, you got another one. So
I agree.
yeah. So yeah, okay. If they do that model, then I'm in agreement with both you and Keith. If that's what kind of Keith does, is that what you was kind of alluding to with the subscription? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go to the software side with games like the Maddens, the NBA 2Ks. We kind of talked about this before. The FIFAs, the I guess different iterations of Call of Duties, the Forzas.
Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed
at one point are these, and I think there is levels and games that may make sense to that model and others that don't. So this is not a gotcha question or anything like that. I'm just curious how you feel. Since we talking about this with consoles, can we talk about this with games? Is yearly releases anti-consumer? Go ahead. Who want to take the floor first?
I'll let Cable start here since he.
No. You need to go ahead and start on this one.
Well, y'all know what that means. Get ready. Is yearly releases.
Why you think I didn't say nothing, Keith?
All right. It's yearly releases anti-consumer. Well, I mean, you have to look at it in multiple ways. I on the outside because I don't play yearly release games. When I look at titles like sports games, because that's usually the games that we're talking about, because you have new players coming in to like the NFL, NBA, and now we got NCAA. You got new players always rotating out. I've always historically said that they could just update the roster instead of creating a brand new game and reselling it to me for the full price of a new game. So I want to lean toward yes, but I know I'm going to get corrected here in a brand new
But
game.
I want to say yes,
Reselling it for me. I don't feel like
reselling
there's
it to me.
enough time to make the change. I think Call of Duty does it perfect because you got three different developers that are making these yearly games, so it's not the same developer. But a lot of these other companies are just, to me, because I don't play them and I'm speaking from ignorance, they are just retooling their games and reselling them to you full price. And to me, it is a bit anti-consumer. I'll just start there. Uh, I'm ready to be educated on this one.
K-Bomb is Joe Floor. I'm not. I'm holding mine. I need to know where you going, sir. I'm not following in this trap.
So the statement was, so how does Madden, what is the alternative
Yeah.
for Madden if they don't put a new game out? What is the alternative that they do?
Release roster updates.
Roster update. Okay. And they're going to make money off of that roster update.
Yeah, I would charge for the roster update.
You would charge for the roster update, and you would believe that they'll make money off of that. The people be okay with spending money on that.
I do.
Okay. You do know that if people really wanted to, they can actually make all the changes to the characters themselves in Madden. You don't have to do the roster. You don't have to change the year. Even on the PC space, there are mods that people create every year. To people are still playing. Um, what game was that? The last 2K football game. They came out in 2008. People are still playing that with modded rosters. People were still playing college football 14 with modded rosters. No support from EA, but playing the game with modded rosters. I will tell you that they will not make money off of that. Let's understand this when we talk about yearly titles. This is what we have to. This is the thing that people do not really talk about when we have this conversation. If you have a team of people making Madden, and you have a team still, so because you're still expected to support that. So say, let's just say we have the one Madden, right? Madden 25, the last Madden that comes out, right? You still expect the game to be supported, right? Them to fix bugs, defects, them to add new features to it eventually, them update rosters and all that. Is that correct?
I would say yes.
Yes.
I'm
How how
listening.
how, how do you pay those developers?
I don't
How do
know.
you?
I don't know how to get paid now.
How they get paid off of the sale of the game. The sale of Madden 25 pays those developers. If you're doing it, if you get rid of the yearly release, how do you pay the developers?
How do you
You're
pay
paying
the
them off the roster update?
But okay,
No,
okay.
it won't make enough. It won't make enough money. They will have to find other ways to make money. I will give you this as an example. This
Okay.
I will use this game as an example for my point. Overwatch, the original Overwatch released in 2000. Man, I'm not good. I wish I knew the exact year. I used to be really good at this. I'm gonna say 18. I'm probably wrong. Somewhere around there. The original Overwatch. And what they said in the original Overwatch is that we're going to charge you $50, $59 or whatever it was at that time, and you're never going to have to pay for a new character. You're never going to have to pay for a new map. You're never going to have to pay for a new update to the game, different game modes. Once you pay that $59.99, you're never going to have to pay for anything else. You never be forced to enjoy the game. You know what they use to pay the developers?
I don't know.
Loot boxes. So people spend money on loot boxes, and they use the money from loot boxes to pay the developers so that they can create new characters and maps and give it to people for free. Loot boxes was deemed anti-consumer, so Overwatch removed loot boxes, and so now they're just making money off of skins. So now they're selling skins. They don't make enough money off of the skins to support Overwatch. They have to make a decision on Overwatch because they're not making enough money from this system to be able to support Overwatch. Remember, Overwatch has been supported for 5, 6, 7 years, and so they go free to play.
Wait.
They
So-
they go free to play, and then they charge you for multiple things. They charge you for one. They charge you for now you have to pay for you have to pay for the what they call this thing, the season pass. And now you're being overcharged for skins. I was
Okay.
going to buy
So-
the Transformer skin, and they were charging $20 per skin.
Okay, so what's your verdict then? Because I don't want to stay here too because we got so much else to cover.
No. The point is, people say all the time, Madden should just release rosters. What people are not understanding is that you have to pay. You have to actually pay the people working on the video game. The reason why they have the yearly releases is that they can pay these people. If you allow EA to go free to play with, and this I've always said this, because Madden would have to go free to play. It couldn't be a $59 and just release roster updates. That game will not make money that way.
Wait, slow down. I think you're going farther than where we going with the yearly. I'm not saying.
This is good information. It's good information.
No. Everything he's saying is good.
It's about yearly.
Yes, but let me
do yearly.
Let me interject.
I was about to end my point, but okay.
No, I just want to add this to your point. I'm not even
Okay, go
arguing
ahead.
against your
Go ahead.
point.
Go ahead.
You said a whole bunch of stuff I did not know, and I didn't consider the paying of the devs and all that type of stuff. But I would say I don't think with your analogy or your example of Overwatch. I don't think anybody's saying make one Overwatch and for 6-7 years support it with just updates. I don't think that's what people are saying about Madden.
That's what that's exactly what was stated from
Well,
Madden.
that's not. Wait.
I'm saying that's what I asked for Keith. What was the? And people have always stated the same thing. You
I agree.
support Madden with roster updates, which means you purchase once and then you just update it with roster. That has always been the same for Madden.
But wait a minute, my mind around that was maybe for a year or two, you update it and then come out with a new one instead of doing 24, 25, and that's okay. That's I think 25 just came out, so 24 was 2023, 25 is 2024, 26, 2025. How about you skip a year, do an update with rosters, rework some things, maybe put that behind a pay. Hey, you want these updates, these new fixes and all that type of stuff? Hey, $20.
They will not make money.
I think
they will not make the money they need to support the game.
Before you go on your long skewed rant, K-Bum, this is just an honest question.
Mm-hmm.
Between each Madden or in between each 2K or in between all these games, how much of the game is actually changing?
There is new tech.
That is not what I asked you. I said
asked
how
no,
much?
wait. You
How
asked what
no
was changing. If I
no I
tell
said
you
how
there's new
no I said how much. I didn't say there wasn't stuff changing. I said
no,
how much is this changing?
I can give you a percentage of the game, sir.
But
If they totally change, if they hold on, let me finish the point.
because
If they totally change how dribbling works,
that ain't what I'm
how
saying.
can how can I tell you? But it's new. It's different. It's now a new way how the game is played. It is not played like the old. It is totally new. It is a new dribble system made to make the game better. How can I give you a percentage?
This is my point. You said that they can't pay their developers unless they come with a yearly game.
No. I did not. I did not say that.
Okay.
That's the point that you missed. I did not say they have to come out with a yearly game to pay developers. What I said was that roster updates was not going to pay the developers. That's the statement that I
Okay.
made.
But
So
let's
Therefore,
let's
therefore, therefore, they would have to find a way to monetize the game in such a way so that they can make enough money so that they can pay the developers.
oh,
And if you are going to let EA monetize a game, you are going to pay for every nickel of dime, and it's going to be a worse product than what
okay.
it was if it was a yearly title.
But I feel like sometimes go ahead. Let me say this real quick and I'll give it to you, Keith. I feel like a lot of time in our conversations, K-Bone, you will have so much, and I feel like what is actually being said to you is missed. Because you have so much and you are more knowledge about these titles and the process than I would say myself definitely, and I think Keith would even say. But sometimes you argue. I think sometimes you argue points that is not being made to you. I'm asking. My point is this: based on what you said about supporting the developers, you made the statement that yearly releases are, if you do what you're saying, which I'm not even saying what you're saying, then if they go free to play or they go to that model, you had to come up with some like loot boxes or something to sustain your developers. Okay, I accept that. My question is, they don't do that model. They have a year-to-year model. And they making money hands over fist. And I'm asking you as to
That's not actually how they make hand over fist money.
okay,
It's not the first of the game.
well, let me get it out and then you walk me back. They making year-to-year titles. They making a lot of money off these titles. How they're doing it, I'm not arguing that part just yet. But we know they are making tons of money off of Madden. Let's just use Madden. They have made tons of money off of Madden. Because every year they release a new one, and like every year, everybody buys a new one. I remember you a few times saying, man, this one was trash, this one was trash, this one was trash. Like 2-3 years in a row, they were all trash, and then they came out with a total revamped version. I like this one. So my question is, year to year, what are the developers doing in that new entry? That makes let me finish. That makes that version worth being released as a new release.
If we actually listen to some of the conversations and points that we made, was some of the Maddens that were bad was because it was way different than the previous one. Not that it was the same as the previous one, because the previous one was a good one. And so instead of them just incrementally making the next one better, they totally changed something aspect of the game, and that made it trash. It's the fact that they added new stuff that made the game bad. It wasn't that they didn't do anything and phoned it in. That's the piece that's missed. And so the reason why I went through that entire conversation is because it was to showcase the difference between if we go yearly or if we don't go yearly. That is all part of the conversation that we had. So the
Okay.
point is, if we don't go yearly, what does it look like? If we go yearly, what does it look like? And so there was a comparison that was trying to be made between not going a yearly title and going yearly title. That was the entire point. And again, Madden does not make money over fist because they sold a copy of Madden.
I didn't
That
say that.
probably just pays. What they make money is on a game mode called MUT or FUT, where they can make $1 million a week because people are buying these digital air quote cards in order to play Madden. That is where they make money. That it is not the sale of the game.
Okay.
And what they do is they actually use the yearly release of the game as a way to reset the economy of FUT so they can make people who earned, maybe they had 25 million coins last on the previous Madden. Now everyone starts from zero.
Right. Keith,
And that's how they can again re up all that money because they earn like $1 billion when they started doing MUT. It was $1 billion for that season of Madden. That is where they make the money. It is not on the yearly title, and they use the yearly title to reset the economy.
Okay. Keith, you make your point that you was going to make, and then K-Bum, you let me know how long MUT has been a part of the process with Madden's after Keith makes his point. Go ahead, Keith.
Well, I don't have one anymore. He answered my question. I was going to ask, what do they charge currently now that they could sustain to if they were to go yearly? Like, if we were to just play with that idea, okay, we're going yearly. What mode? Like, what are people purchasing right now? And I think he just answered that. What do you call it, MUT or FUT?
Yeah, it's the MUT. That's what funds EA is the trading card version of FIFA, the trading card version of Madden. The trading card version is now in college football, which I do not play MUT or FUT or any of those modes. I do not spend any money on those modes. I refuse to because those modes themselves are anti-consumer.
Okay. So how long has MUT been a thing with Madden?
It has been a thing since probably like 2013, 14, 15, something like that.
FUT, MUT,
Yeah.
FUT, and MUT. Okay, so real quick, we wrap this up. So, before that, how Madden has been released every year, and you saying now I don't want to belabor this topic. I'm going to concede that you're correct. I will say this though, there is other arguments that will oppose your arguments that come from actual Madden people that I've heard several times that will echo that there is no need to release this game yearly. Now,
I'm not saying there is a need to. I guess my point may be missed here.
okay.
I'm not saying there is a need to release Madden yearly. That is not the point I'm making here. The point that I'm making here is if it is not released yearly, what are we going to utilize to pay developers, or what we're going to what people want is they want Madden to be released and they want a very low entry to continue to play Madden. That's not how gaming works. These companies are going to either find a way to make money or they're going to make money.
How about
That is their job
games?
is to make money.
So
that is the job of the video game.
Make another game. Go ahead, Keith.
Why make another game if I can make money on this game? Like it doesn't make sense.
If I could, I just want to make sure that K1 knows I understand what he's saying. His perspective is not even from the gamer's side. The gamer is looking at it. He's not looking at it that way. He's basically saying, if you want this game to still be high quality and continue, what are you willing to pay? Basically, you going, you know what I'm saying? Because he already mentioned FUT and MUT, and he said that's anti-consumer. Are you going to continue doing this, or are you just going to buy the game outright so you can at that low entry price compared to what you could be paying years and years and years? But anyways, he's not looking at it from the consumer side, and I appreciate that.
The worst offenders is actually not EA. The worst offender
Ubisoft
is NBA 2K.
Oh yeah,
they are the worst when it comes to anti-consumer by far. You can ask.
I agree with you.
They are the worst.
I watched several videos of dudes, and I heard your sentiments and your crew sentiments. So I'm with you. I'm just
they charge you in-game currency to change your character's hair at one
Right.
point.
So
Like to cut my hair? Are you serious?
yeah.
It's
So
I'll leave it at this. Last point, I'll leave it. What we have to understand that almost any of these ways that these companies are going to use to allow these games to be continuously supported, almost every last one of them, almost every last one of them, is anti-consumer because they're not for the consumers. They are for the companies to make money to pay for the game. The fact that they spend they're going to charge you $20 for a skin. That's what Call of Duty does. Call of Duty charge you skins. Um, that is anti-consumer. I got to pay. The game costs 60. The skin is 20.
so
The season pass. I got to pay the season pass in order to unlock some of these things. That they themselves are anti-consumer because they're not for the consumer. They are for the company.
okay. So we got to move on. I want to ask you this one, but I'm scared you go if you looking at 115. I'm gonna give you a minute. No, I'm cutting you off at a minute, K-Bo. How much of the yearly Madden NBA 2K, what name it, is recycled material versus new material?
I can't give you a number on that.
You can't get. Can you give just a rough what you would
No,
what
because
you would play?
it depends. It depends on the game. It depends on the year the game came out. It depends on what game it is. Because this last NBA the show game was pretty much recycled. It was
Right.
very little change.
Okay.
But Madden
so a lot of
Madden is different.
yeah.
All
So
right.
a lot of reused assets is going into the next one. In most cases, I'm not saying all. In most cases,
Football.
okay. So that's what I'm saying. So my mind is turning on with the developers reusing and reallocating previous assets. I'm wondering how much, and that's what I'm saying. EA make, and that's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, we're not going down there. We got to stick.
They don't make Madden and just sit on their laurels.
I know.
They do have a system similar to Call of Duty where they are
Okay.
right now making features that's not going to be in a Madden until 3 to 4 years from now.
I believe that.
They are building the engine from scratch for the next gen. They're doing that as well.
Okay.
Like they have these technologies that they put in it, and actually with the continued support that they do now for the Maddens, they will introduce a feature that was not ready at launch. They were introduce it halfway through the cycle of the game because it's ready now. It's been tested, it's proven, and they'll drop a feature halfway through the cycle of a game because it is now ready.
Okay. I trust you. So I'm gonna leave it at that because I don't want us to stay here because we got so much else to cover. So
No problem.
So getting back to the Steam Deck, like I said, there are several conversations that will be piggy off in the Steam Deck conversation. So shouts out to D2K. He had an awesome article up. And we need to plug that. What is this thing, K-Bum? You know it off heart. I can't think of it right now.
I don't know. I can send the link. I don't know it off heart.
Yeah, send it and I plug it. But he had an article that he put up asking a question about Nintendo Switch 2 and expectations and all that. And he made mention of the Steam Deck and other hybrid systems entering into this market. Chariot, man, this probably right up your alley. So I'm not really trying to deal exactly what D2K was talking about, but there was an aspect of what he was discussing that I believe would be a good subject for us on the Steam Deck. And that's the question is the Steam Deck a threat to Nintendo and its Switch line? And then is the Steam Deck a threat in general to both Sony and Microsoft? And so I'm gonna bring Keith in, let him, and right now I'm showing God of War Ragnarok being played on the Steam Deck. This is gonna play into my position, but the question is for the comment section: Is the Steam Deck a legitimate threat, like direct threat to Nintendo and the Switch line of hybrid systems? And then a even farther question, is the Steam Deck a threat? Or let me say it like this, is the Steam Deck more of a threat to Sony and Microsoft? Keith, the floor is yours. Then K-Bum, you come after him. Then I follow after you guys, and then we'll see what the comment section is saying. That's the question. Is the Steam Deck, we asked this before, but I believe now is even better to ask, is the Steam Deck a threat to Nintendo, or is the Steam Deck more a threat to Sony and Microsoft? Keith, the floor is yours.
Well, I'm biased. I'm biased toward Nintendo's IP. So for me, I'm always going to lean toward no, that it's not a threat, even though the functionality of what the Steam Deck and the other devices that follow it are doing essentially the same thing and accomplishing the same things that Nintendo was doing, and even at greater fidelity. That's without question. But for me, where the threat isn't as high is because even though I could have a Steam Deck, I could have a Nintendo Switch, I'm going to play both of them and I'm going to enjoy both of them because the Nintendo IP. The Nintendo IP got me in a chokehold. Let's just call it is what it is. And for me, that's the difference between the two. Yes, the Nintendo Switch has been receiving a lot of great third party at lower fidelity, looking at Witcher, barely looking at Witcher, but it is there. You got games like Wolfenstein, however they say it, Wolfenstein 2. You got Doom 2. Those are very
I'll be right
beautiful.
back. I'm going to give me something to drink. Keep going, though.
All right. Those are very beautiful, high-spec games in their own right, and they're playable on the Switch natively. And there's a lot of things that the Switch is doing that's great that I probably would play on a different device. So, and he also asked, is there a direct competition or threat for Sony and Microsoft? Well, because Steam Deck plays a lot of third-party games, if not all third-party games, because Valve just refuses to make games, and they're really good at it, but they just won't do it. But the Steam produces a lot of the same games that you'll be playing on your PlayStation and your Xbox. And now that Microsoft and Sony has opened their war chests of their own and placed them on the Steam store, a lot of the games, I mean, you have to wait, but a lot of the stuff that you can play on your PlayStation, you can play natively on, and probably at a higher fidelity, not on the Steam Deck, but on the higher fidelities in some cases in Steam's environment. So, to Level's point, my argument would be it's more of a threat to those two. Some people can wait. I can wait. I can wait on Spider-Man 2 coming next year. You know what I'm saying? And not having to buy a PlayStation. But with Nintendo, I have to buy the Nintendo device. And that's one of the reasons why they've been cracking down on all of this
emulation,
on all these emulators and stuff like that, because they want you to buy it on their device. They know that's their golden goose, and they're going to try to do any and everything they can to protect it. And that's my argument. It's less of a threat to Nintendo, even though it's in the handheld space, and more of a threat to Sony and Microsoft. However, I won't go any further because I know the counter arguments to that, and I want to hear them.
K-Bomb, the floor is yours.
No problem. And I know for Keith per se that this is not a direct competitor with as a higher competitor with the Nintendo system. But there are also people who enjoy mobile gaming but are not in the chokehold, as Keith stated, with Nintendo systems. And if someone is debating between the Switch 2 and the Steam Deck, to me, if they're debating mobile gaming, the big two in mobile. I'm not trying to just exclude everyone else in that space, but these are the biggest two in mobile gaming is the Switch 2 and the Steam Deck. And to me, if that person who is not in the chokehold, and I think it's unfair to believe that anyone interested in mobile gaming is interested in just the Switch IPs. I think there's a fair amount of people who are interested in mobile gaming who will consider the Switch because it is a mobile system, would also consider just owning a Steam Deck as well. And I think from that particular perspective and that person, that is a direct competitor with the Switch, because not everyone who buys a Switch is a Switch fan and in love or chokehold with those IPs. I myself am interested in Switch 2. I think I've openly stated it. If the graphics meets the threshold, is able to produce the threshold that I hope that it can, that I'm hoping that it can, then I am interested in the Switch 2. But I am not in a chokehold with any of Nintendo's IP. And so to me, the argument is purely based on what I can get out of the system from the mobile standpoint. And I think there is a a crowd that is going to be the competitor. And I think if Nintendo doesn't think that, then they are kind of missing the point here and when there come to competitors, because if that's not a competitor, then there is no one who competes directly with Nintendo. In my opinion, that means Sony doesn't compete with Nintendo because Nintendo IPs and it's a mobile system, and the mobile systems don't compete with Nintendo because they don't have Nintendo IPs. Therefore, that means there's no competitors for Nintendo, which I don't get, but okay. So that's my stance on that. As far as the Sony competitors, I think the Steam Deck posed no greater threat than what Sony already has from the PC space. I don't believe this is any greater threat than they face with just regular PC gamers. The Steam Deck is an extension, if anything, of a PC. So, in my aspect and what I see, the same level of threat you get from PC gamers, in my opinion, is the same level of threat from Microsoft and Sony that you have with the Steam Deck. I don't believe there's an increased threat with Steam Deck than you have with the PC gamer, because there is a well greater amount of PC gamers than the Steam Deck audience, because most of these people who have the Steam Deck are also gaming on the PC, and the PC gamers far outnumber Steam Deck. And the last point with that, it is actually Sony's strategy to put these games on PC. Sony can stop at any time putting these games on PC and make them once again exclusive to the Sony system. They don't have to put these on there. But what they've seen is that they can make money off of putting these games out there on those systems, and they're going to continue to do that. As long as they can justify sharing their IPs with other systems. If it gets to a point where they are seeing themselves lose numbers on consoles because that PC gamers are outnumbering and they're just sticking to PCs and not playing console, they can very well hold on to these titles or even have a longer window for these games, and try to force people that either you get a Sony or you don't play the Sony titles. I mean, that's fair in their system to do, but I see it being a strategy because you can play it. I don't see it being a threat because that's part of their strategy is to spread the Sony IPs to the PC space so they can make more money on the software IPs. So that's my stance.
Okay. So Keith had his point. K Bum had his. I feel like I'm gonna start where Keith started. I feel like we all have a bias. So that's just a part of the game. That's a part of the nature. of this. We are opinionated. We have preferences. We have ways we lean. So all our takes going to have a hint of some biasness in it. So I'm not going to say mine doesn't either. But I think every person is making valid points for why they lean one way or another. I'm going to say that the Steam Deck, yes, does it pose Nintendo and the Switch line? Is it a threat? Yes, because it's in the gaming market. So it has to be at ground level. It's a threat. But I feel like if we're going to say it's a threat for Nintendo, it's equally, and in my opinion, just even more of a threat to both Sony and Microsoft. And I'm going to explain why I feel that way. And that's because of the hybrid nature of the system and the entry cost. The Steam Deck costs how much to get one? Just the base level Steam Deck. How much is it?
Brother,
$399, $399,
$499. I think it's $399.
$399 to get in to this space, to gain access to one. And the thing that makes Steam Deck stands apart is the Steam games. That those titles that sometimes show up on PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo that you like, where that game came from. It's been on Steam.
I do. Oh no, it's out of stock. But 49, but it was only 64 gigabytes.
Right.
So it was 349. But it's out of stock though.
So because of that hybrid nature makes it just as much and even more of a competitor with Sony and Microsoft. Why? Because it plays the exact same games that Sony and Microsoft plays, and it comes at a price that would make it able to compete with Sony and Microsoft and Nintendo. Because even though it is a PC, is in the PC space, most people can't afford PCs. That's why they don't do PC gaming. And it removed all the fuss and the hustle and the having to keep up and having to, all the stuff that you got to do with the PC, you don't have to do with the Steam Deck. It's a perfect entry point. And then you add in Steam's collection of games. Some of those games are just there. Gives it a uniqueness that draws. And then you add in the other titles, the Call of Duties, the other type of games that you mostly see on the PlayStation and Xbox are there as well. What you don't see is those Nintendo titles. What you don't see is what Nintendo does well, and what Keith said, and I kind of said earlier, they golden goose, and that's their IPs. Right now, you see, and I know K-Bomb said that this is Sony's idea, because I feel like at this point, I don't think nobody is really worrying about Steam right now, but I think they slowly going to have to. Because I don't even think Steam was a thought of theirs when they was planning on doing any of the stuff that they're doing with their first party showing up on PC. But Steam is changing the game. And this is not a bootleg. This is not an emulator. This is Ragnarok on a Steam Deck. You got Xbox titles on a Steam Deck, along with major third-party titles on a Steam Deck that looks just as good as PlayStation 4, PlayStation, right under PlayStation 5, right under Xbox Series at $399. So if we're going to say that Steam Deck is a threat to Nintendo, then we got to, at the very least, equally say it's a threat to Sony and Microsoft. But I feel like we can make an argument that is more of a threat to Sony and Microsoft. Because look at how things are trending. Microsoft doesn't go the pro route. Sony makes a PlayStation portable. Why are they doing that? Why is Microsoft talking about entering into a portable space with their whatever is next is supposed to be, I think, in a portable form, like a laptop or something like that. They talking about that type of a device. Why are they doing that? Because first, where credit is due, I'm not giving them credit for creating the space, but I'm giving them credit for making the space valuable. Nintendo and the Switch just sold 150 million. Everybody got a Switch that can get one. Most people have a Switch. Most gamers, PC, PlayStation, Xbox, they all got a Switch, which has opened the door for the Steam Decks, the Rogue Allies, and all these other to come into this space. I think Steam Deck is the more valuable of all of them, and I think they are moving into being a consideration because the price is there. So we can go a little farther than this. I got a few other points I want to make, but that's essentially what my position is. Nintendo has the one thing that has been their bread and butter that Steam Deck does not have access to, and that's their golden goose first party IPs.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
Quick question. So who is Nintendo's direct competitors?
Who at one point
Not at one point, because that
now
question.
who is Nintendo's direct
does
competitor?
Nintendo, do they even have a direct competitor at this point?
Well, I'm okay. I'm gonna spin that. When they talk about Nintendo, the industry always say Nintendo is in their own lane. Sony and Microsoft they have never compared. They're never treated the same. They've always been the outsider. So why are we going to change that narrative now? They have never been considered.
They don't have a direct competitors. Is that's the? I don't have to go through the whole speech. So they don't have a direct competitor.
Based on the industry narrative and rhetoric, no. I wouldn't say that, but that's what the industry said.
Okay,
I'll say that.
I don't agree with that at all, but that's cool. Keith, would you going to add to that?
Yeah, I kind of agree to that narrative. Now I understand your position, K-Bun. They're all fighting for our dollars.
I said I don't agree with it. I'm just giving the industry narrative. I don't agree with it.
Yeah. I kind of agree with that, and here's why. But they're all competing for our dollars. If I only got $60 for a game, they're all fighting for it. Nintendo, Steam, PlayStation, right. Whoever. They all want the money. So they're all competing for our dollars. I think when people, and you say you're going to spin it, but I think when people say that, is that when you look at like Nintendo's IP, people always have put Nintendo in this, oh, that's my secondary system.
Right.
My PlayStation is my first system, or my Xbox is my first system, but I have to have this so I can play my my Nintendo games. You honestly can't say that for any other device on the market. You can have both Microsoft and Sony devices, but people might look at you crazy. Like 95% of the games are the same outside of the few banging PlayStation exclusives. No offense, Microsoft, Xbox. But slander. But everybody's always having that Nintendo device because they want to play those Nintendo IPs. And even if it's just the few, the Smash Brothers, the Marios, the Zeldas, you have to have, I don't know, maybe I'm super biased with this, but it's like you have to have that.
I think there's plenty of bias when it comes to Nintendo and their IPs, because that if and I understand you guys' perspective on that and Nintendo IP and stuff like that, but to me, K-Bomb, the Steam Deck is the direct competitor to the Switch 2, because I'm looking at mobile gaming, and I've been getting more into mobile gaming. I'm taking my Switch on my vacations with me. I am considering mobile gaming. It has nothing to do with Nintendo IP. And I think the false statement that's been made is that people are that's not a substantial amount of people that is also having that same conversation. And that's why I say it is a direct competitor, because there are people who are not married to Nintendo's first party games, and they want to have the mobile aspect of gaming. And so if they're presented with another system, because as you said, Keith, the PlayStation PSP sold a good amount for Sony's first take into that space, and then they floundered with the Vita. But their first take into the space, they were still outnumbered by Nintendo. Let's not get it twisted.
Yeah, but they did good.
But they did good because there was finally an alternative to the mobile gaming space, and those people were not fully tied to only having a Nintendo system. I think what because of and Level said kind of we all have our biases, but the perspective you guys look at is Nintendo IP is king. But for those who do not care about Nintendo IPs, they just want a mobile gaming space, and it's then
That's
that
what I'm.
those people
Nia
are
just hit
going
it.
to
Nia just hit it.
directly compare both Nintendo Switch and the Steam
I
Deck
disagree with
in the
that.
same space.
I don't agree with that. And Nia just hit it on the head. If your primary gaming is third party, will you get a Steam Deck for third party or a PlayStation 5?
If
That's
I'm
what.
trying,
Wait.
no,
Let me
if I'm
finish.
playing,
Let me
the point is the
finish.
portalness. The
No,
portal. If I'm
that's
trying
the
to
point.
play
No,
Portal,
that's the point.
mobile.
No, K-Bum, that's the point you are establishing as if that's the only point. I
No,
am
no,
going.
no, 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 no,
Wait
no.
a
I'm
minute.
not saying that's the only point. Don't get it twisted.
I'm
I'm
not
not
getting it
saying
twisted.
that's the only point. I'm saying that is a point.
I
And
didn't.
if because the PlayStation Portal is not a mobile
No,
system.
we're not talking about the PlayStation
I,
Portal.
I know. I'm giving the statement. It's not a portal system. So if I were to get a system for portal, because I'm comparing the two, Steam Deck is more of what I would purchase
But wait
with
a
my
minute.
PS5, so I can have access to PC gaming and mobile gaming.
Okay. But wait a minute, bro. Wait a minute, because we do this, and the point that's being made still gets missed. The point I've been making the whole time. You can only focus on the mobility and that side of the equation, but it still docks to your TV. So it's doing both and. So you have to look at it from a both and perspective. If I am primarily a third party playing person, then the question is $399. Do I buy a Steam Deck, Switch, or PlayStation?
No,
Wait a minute.
I can play PC games and PS5 games
Let me finish.
because I had both Steam and PS5 games.
Let me finish. Right. Yeah, you thinking that because you got a PlayStation. But if you don't have either, the Steam Deck is just as equally competing heavily with the PlayStation as it is with Nintendo. Because everything that the Steam Deck is offering, or the PlayStation is offering, is available.
It is the same threat that PC gamers have. It's no different.
No, it's not. No, it's not, K-Bump. The difference is the price.
No, the statement you made about people not being able to afford a PC is absolutely wrong. What people can't afford is the high end PCs.
That's
People
what
can
most people
afford
K-Bump.
PCs. People
K-
can afford PCs to play PC gaming. It
No.
is the high end. It is the high end PCs
K-Bump.
which cost $2,000 to $3,000.
K-Bump. Most people, when they think of PCs, think of high-end PCs. Now, you can try
You don't need a high end. You don't need a high
I
end
know
PC
that.
to play
I
the
didn't.
games.
Don't argue what I
Because
didn't say.
your PC isn't your PC considered a high end PC right now, Keith?
My PC is a
Well,
mid.
mine is mid-level.
Mine's a
PC.
mid-tier PC, but I don't even use it for that. My point I'm making is most people, when they think of getting into PC gaming, think of two things. A PC worth having to play those games and all the bells and the whistles you have to keep up with and all that you got to manage, where the Steam Deck is cheaper, it gives you access to that world, and it also gives you all the titles that you would get on Microsoft and Sony. The one game, the thing it can't give you, no matter what you say, is Nintendo IP. So Nintendo still has the leg
That's
up.
only if you care about Nintendo IP.
Okay,
And that's
but-
the argument that's being made.
Okay,
It
wait,
only
wait.
matters.
No.
It
Hold
only
on. Let me
matters
jump in.
if
I want to
you
jump in
care
there.
about
Go ahead,
Nintendo
Keith.
IP.
But
I
to
just
that
literally- I
but to
just
that
said-
point, K-Bomb,
I literally
even
said,
if you don't care about those IPs, it's still a fact.
right.
No, I'm not denying that. I'm not denying that.
And Keith,
I'm not denying that. That is absolutely a fact. And for a large amount of people, that is going to be the deciding
thank you,
factor.
Nia. We arguing different points, and that's why I keep trying to say the point that I set up is K-Bum is only arguing from a mobility standpoint. Mobile.
I'm giving one example
All
of
right.
the people. Yes, I'm
I'm
not saying that this is the only example.
I
I'm
didn't
giving
say
a
that, but
example.
your argument is.
You did say it was the only one. You did say
I
that.
said your only point was that. I'm not saying that's the only thing you saying can be factored. I'm saying the only point you making is the mobile point. That's what I said. My point is, and what I said from the beginning, is there's more a similarity with the Steam Deck and the PlayStation and what you get than it is with Nintendo. And if I don't, so who cares if you, okay, so if you don't play Nintendo games, okay, Nintendo doesn't factor. But if you do play all those third party and all that stuff,
It does factor because it's a mobile system, so it's still a consideration if you enjoy playing on the go. It is a factor.
it's not, because by your definition, if I'm not into Nintendo,
Nintendo, you still are deciding which mobile system do you want.
Listen.
You just are not married to the IPs.
listen, K-Bone, and I gave you the skew of all the titles. Nintendo is known for what? What are they known for? They're not known for third party. There's more of a chance that it's not going to be there than it is. So you're not going to look at the Nintendo system if you're a third party person. If you want third party, you're not looking at Nintendo.
You're saying you're not, but I am. I don't get you saying you're not when I'm
K-Bump,
actively looking at the Switch.
Are
2
you looking at
versus
the
Steam
no?
Deck.
We don't know what the Switch ain't hit. 2 is not here yet. We don't know what that is. I'm talking.
Yeah, but I'm actively trying to decide. Because I'm getting more involved with mobile gaming, so I'm saying to myself, do I get a Switch 2 or do I get a Steam Deck if I want to go further into mobile gaming? That is the decision.
What I'm saying is, Switch 2 is not here, so I can't make an argument for Switch 2 because I don't know what's there. I'm looking at what's current. Steam Deck is here. Switch is here. PlayStation 4, 5, and Xbox Series X and S is here. Based on that, when I go to the store, NS2 is not there. We are losing the point, and I'm trying to get us back to the point. Steam Deck offers you everything Sony offers you, everything Microsoft offers
It does
you.
not offer everything Sony offers. That's
Okay.
a negative. That is a negative statement. That
It
is not a true
offers
statement,
more
brother.
of. Okay, let me go. Let me be precise, because you're not going. Because I'm know what I'm dealing with. It offers more of what Sony and Microsoft offers you. So if you're not into Nintendo or into their first party, like you, Steam Deck, and let's say you didn't have a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox, to me, if I feel like we was being honest, Steam Deck would be more of a consideration for a person like you as opposed to Sony and Microsoft, because you ain't looking at the Nintendo system because they're not known for the third-party experience.
Wait,
You
got it.
go,
I got
go
it.
ahead. Go
I
ahead.
got a counter. Now, K-Bum is genuinely looking for the next device because he said he's so now I gotta look at it from a consumer standpoint. Now, of course, we can't speak on the NS2 because we don't know what it is, we don't know what it's gonna be. In that regards, I say wait. I think in this aspect, from just trying to look from his perspective, let's say the NS2 comes out and it is playing all of those third-party games that I want to play and that I enjoy. The bonus is I can also probably play one or two Nintendo games that actually interest me. And if you go with the Steam Deck, I leave all that off the table. So from his standpoint, the third party is important.
I'm not saying it's not.
Well, no, I'm just trying to look at it because he's literally genuinely trying to decide. That's what he was saying. So
I'm not even I'm not discrediting that either. My point is, I feel like everything gets lost. I feel like it's a false argument every time people feel like the only person that needs to feel threatened is Nintendo because Steam Deck is here in the hyperspace, and I'm like, to me that is absolutely missing it. Steam Deck is threatening all of these guys, and if we get down to the roots of it, to me, it's entering more into the space where Sony and Microsoft is already playing in than Nintendo. That's what I'm saying. Even if Nintendo gets third party, it's an addition. It's not the main course for most people who look towards Nintendo stuff. That's what I'm saying. So it is the second.
Your key point is most people who look toward Nintendo stuff. That is the key point to the statement.
And it goes with what Keith said.
That is the key point, and that's the point I'm trying to make. It's about people who care about Nintendo stuff. Yes.
No, but that's and that's why I made the statement that I made when you asked me what you asked me earlier. The industry says Nintendo is not competing with these guys. The industry said that Nintendo is a secondary system, which Keith brought up. The industry made these standards. That's what they said. And based on that, Nintendo is a secondary. You get Nintendo to play Nintendo. Then you choose between Microsoft and Sony for the third party experience. And then maybe an exclusive here or there may sway you one way or the other. But Nintendo is always in your equation or always in your stratosphere because it gives you an experience neither gives you. Steam Deck hits the scene, $399. What experience is it giving you more closely resembling or emulating or giving you? Sony and Microsoft's experience. So it's in that bucket. And so it's more competing with them guys. Just like PC is more competing with Sony and Microsoft, not Nintendo. So why would we say PC is competing more with Sony and Microsoft if it is competing, but all of a sudden the Steam Deck, because it's a hybrid system, is competing with Nintendo when it's just PC in handheld form? And what is the PC competing with? Sony and Microsoft. That's who they trying to be like. That's what they trying to be graphical, giving you all the bells and the whistles. That's what they do. That's not what Nintendo does. So I feel like it's just a false narrative.
I disagree with that because if people are deciding between it and it is someone's trying to decide in the mobile space if that's what they're interested. Because the reason why I haven't purchased I've never even purchased Sony mobile systems. Like, do you understand that?
Okay, but you're not a mobile guy. You're a TV guy.
Mobile system, but I am now more interested in mobile gaming.
Why?
That's the piece I'm trying to make. Because when I travel, I've been logging around my PlayStation. When I travel, I log around my PlayStation, and I'm getting tired of logging my PlayStation 5 when I travel. And so, is there a better way to do it? And so I've been taking my Switch, trying to find games that I enjoy on the system to play on the Switch. And I brought the Portal just in case I got a chance to play that. You can't play the Portal on the in the plane, so there's another thing I need to do. And so that's either going to be the Switch or there's going to be the like a Steam Deck type device. Those are my two options that I have to play mobile games when I do not want to log my PlayStation. So
Right.
one of those systems may get purchased, but that is the competition.
When I'm
They
okay.
to me, they're direct competitors.
Okay.
And your point, it's not the same for everyone. That direct competitor is not the same. It's not the same for Keith.
I
I
know that.
will not argue with Keith that the Steam Deck is as big as a competitor as it is for me. I
I'm
won't because he's going to buy Nintendo almost regardless.
I'm
But
trying to. I'm just
I
trying to
just want us
get you
to
to. I'm just
forget the people who are having that discussion
right.
and not to belittle that for them it is a direct
And I'm
competitor
trying to
that they'll
keep.
be trying to
I'm
compete.
trying to keep you from belittling the fact that people may be looking at the Steam Deck over the PlayStation 5
Okay,
because
I'm
and,
not overlooking that, but it's the same people. It's very. I'm not looking at it is competitive. It is a
right.
competitor.
It
It
is
is
an
a
equal.
competitor.
I feel like it's equal to all of.
I'm not
Let me finish
saying
this. Let me say this, and I'm because there's a comment that was down here, and I want to address it. For me, I didn't care about. I didn't buy no. I never owned any mobile device that wasn't a phone. I didn't own a Game Boy. I didn't own a Game Boy Advance. I didn't own a DS. I bought my son a 3DS. Didn't care. Didn't want a PlayStation Vita. Didn't want a PSP. I was good with the home experience. It was the Switch that made me realize, man, there is an aspect of gaming that I can enjoy and keep going. That didn't dawn on me that was a thing until the Switch. Like, wow, this can be real. So I believe the Switch opened all of us up to that reality, that one-to-one experience of home and on the go, right in your pocket, right in your hand. So,
Yep, I agree.
So, okay. So this is a new space. This is where we all seeing that this is a thing. It ain't a fad. It done became a thing, and it's becoming the thing. And I believe personally, when I look at the Steam Deck, and I guess I can only look at it from a personal perspective. Nintendo always gonna be purchased. Home hybrid is gonna be purchased for me. So the Steam Deck would be a choice between Sony and Microsoft and Steam Deck for me. If it's going to be my partner system to the Switch, or which system is my Switch going to partner with? This year has been the PlayStation 5. This generation, next generation, it could be whatever Xbox come with, or it could be Valve and the Steam Deck. Because I do want to get into the Steam world and those games over there and experience all those titles and still get all the stuff that Sony and Microsoft give me. So I'm saying I believe if at base level is equal, is not skewed so much to just compete with Nintendo. No, I believe it's equal across the board. It's in the market and it's competing with all these dudes. That's what at least at the base. And if I went a step farther, I would say if it is competing more with anybody, I would say I think it's actually leaning more towards Sony and Microsoft than Nintendo. But that's me. But I'll shut up right there. All right.
I do want to highlight Nia.
Yeah, I
Her
was about to read
comment.
it. Go ahead.
She said not all PC games are compatible with Steam Deck, so most PC guys will use it as a secondary. So I started looking it up, and it has a lot of games that's compatible. But that's a good point, for somebody who's in the market just saying, "Hey, I want to use the Steam Deck." Not all those games are compatible, and that's probably why somebody like Cherry Man probably chose Asus ROG or something like that.
Yeah.
Which is another option because they might be able to play more games. So that's just something to think about.
Yeah, that is.
Just putting
That
it
he
out there.
literally said that that is it Allen Rock? How you say that? The some rock.
Jesus?
Ally Rock.
I like rock, yeah.
Yeah, Ally Rock is more powerful, but it's more expensive. I think that thing almost $800-900 for that thing. So Nia said this to y'all, Lord, y'all are losing the point. Nia, what do you feel like? What do you feel the point is? And then we're gonna go to this Yooka Re-Playlee. Give me add a little bit more to that statement, Nia. My point, like I said, I don't really feel just because it's a hybrid that it has to automatically be competing with Nintendo. I don't, because I feel like I said, I personally feel like Nintendo is competing with Sony and Microsoft. That's they direct. If you ask me personally, K-Bum, to answer your question, yes, Sony and Microsoft is Nintendo's direct competitor. It has always been and will always be. Now Steam has entered into that space, and now they're competing for the same audience, just like Google Play. What was that? What was Google Stadia was competing as well within the same space. The hybrid nature doesn't make it compete more with Nintendo to me or less. It's all gaming. They all doing what we want. Nintendo is doing two different worlds, which allow it to be a little weaker and gives it credence for not being as powerful as PlayStation and Microsoft. And the same with Steam Deck and the same with Rogue Ally and all the rest. But experience and what you're getting out of it, they all competing for the same dollars, the same market. And I believe the Steam Deck is competing with all of them. I don't think we should put more emphasis towards Nintendo needing to be worried than we do Sony or Microsoft. That's my point. That's my main point. And but yeah, any other thoughts before we move on? Now don't get quiet.
We can move.
Okay, so I'm trying to see if Nia's gonna respond. She might be asleep. So I knew that conversation was gonna get a little argumentative, but she said, I think Steam Deck competes as a secondary device, but for different reasons than Nintendo. Okay, I can accept that. Secondary to PC or secondary just in general?
Probably to PC since they can't play all the games on Steam.
Okay, because I know she said to secondary to PC. But yeah, I see more and more people as they seeing that it's too much to type. I'm gonna have to get you on here, Nia, so you can speak your mind, speak your 2 cents. Keith, you got anything else to add?
No, we can move on to Yooka
Re-Playlee. So
yeah.
I need to. So I don't know. Let me see if I can pull this up. I don't have this picture. So anyway, as you can see, this game. Who makes this game? It used to be the people who made Banjo Kazooie.
Man, I forgot their name.
I'm gonna find it here in a second. Let me see. You can Re-Playlee. Let me, because it's 2 versions. I don't know. Did you play this one, Keith? The original one on the PlayStation 4?
Yeah, I played a little bit. Playtonic games.
Yeah, Playtonic.
I just want to say something real quick.
Yeah,
I don't like them games, man. I don't like them Banjo Kazooie, ukulele. I tried it. I was like, I can't play this mess. But I did end up buying the side. I ended up buying the side scrolling one. I was like, I don't like this either. I wasted my money. I feel like K-Bomb over here. I wasted my money on this mess.
Now I played the 2D like Donkey Kong one. It was alright. It wasn't bad. I'm not gonna say it was bad, but it wasn't. It didn't hold me. But I never played the 3D version. So, But with that being said, they are re-releasing this title, and I'm trying to find the actual graphics. I'm gonna have to go to Google because hold up. Let me change this. Go to the right place. So I'm trying to find this graphic because, as you can see, they have is coming to, and you see it there in my highlighted here. And let me just blow it up. You see this right here. It's highlighted, and it says it's coming to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, PC, and where you would think it would say Switch, it says Nintendo. So what this has caused is many are speculating that this is one of the few first games that's actually being announced for the Switch 2. Because if it was coming to the Switch, it would have simply said Switch. So by saying Nintendo instead of Switch, many are speculating that it's alluding to Nintendo's successor to the Switch because it's not coming to the Switch. And they can't speak about it yet because Nintendo has not revealed it. So I'm going to let you guys come in on that note. I'm trying to find where this is. I can't find it. I don't want Reddit. I want an actual. So go ahead, Keith or K-Bomb. Jump in here if you would.
What a crazy way for your system to be somewhat revealed on this trash. No, I'm just playing. Yeah, I think that's interesting. I think that's fun. I hope Nintendo approved that for their sake. To say they could just do that. But I think that's fun, and it's gets the internet talking. You know, people have been talking about it all day on Twitter.
Yeah,
and it highlights your game, and it just some fun stuff in the game. And I don't I do think there's merit to it. I do think that they do have dev kits and they're working on it. They just can't say anything, or maybe they don't. But if they do, that would be interesting to have it kind of revealed that way.
Go ahead, K-Bob. The floor is yours.
Nah, I think it's fair. Nintendo can't stop other people from revealing their games, because you don't want to talk about your new system. So no, I think it's fair. I think it's funny, and I think people caught on to that really quick. There was no hesitation to most people catching that it just said Nintendo instead of saying Switch. But to that point, yeah, it's kind of funny to me that's what it said, and they probably been trying to wait it out, and they Nintendo probably making them just as upset as some of us, and so they probably had drones in the background of little mini Switch tubes trying to get this thing sent out the door, but Nintendo say we gonna do it our way, you gonna like it. So
yeah. I think you're right. I think this is a little bit of actually hint. It's coming to what's next, and hint. We ready for them to reveal this thing too, so we can talk about it. It's literally. I mean, they literally look at it. That's why I highlighted this. They literally put the eyeballs over Nintendo's logo. I mean, how now, okay, that's better, you guys, than a sketch of the Switch 2. This is actually worthy of discussion. If you was going to talk about something, that's something to talk about. Because clearly that is intentional. You could have put them eyeballs anywhere you wanted to put it. You put it over a odd Nintendo logo and not Switch, but it's coming to Nintendo, but you don't put the Switch there clearly you giving it away. It ain't pretty much, it's not even hidden. But like K-Bum said, I'm pretty sure this is what they had to do to get around getting in trouble with Nintendo. And they still probably still may Nintendo probably call them like, why y'all do that? Because look, man, y'all taking too long. So I guess this goes to the next subject, and then we get out of here. So, and Keith, this kind of brings what you was talking about back into focus. You said that they're talking about some multiplayer, bringing back some, and I'm gonna pull it up here. Multiplayer remakes for Nintendo Switch until the Switch 2 come out. Let me pull that article up. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead and talk on it.
Yeah, so I think I don't know if this is a rumor or I think it's a rumor, but it says Nintendo Switch to get multiple remasters from third-party developers in 2025 to compensate for Nintendo's focus on the Switch 2. Oh yeah, it says this is a rumor. And it mentioned a few games that didn't really do it for me, but this will be interesting to see if these games or these remasters from these companies could hold us over. So they're talking about games from Ubisoft like Splinter Cell, Blacklist. I think that was actually a good game.
Splinter Cell was good. It was.
Yeah, Blacklist was. Yeah, I think that was pretty good. They mentioned Rayman 3. They said the first two entries is Driver. Like I don't even know who's thinking of that game at the moment.
Driver.
Yeah, Driver. And a game from EA and Bandai Namco. And I guess they're going to be putting games on the Switch for 2025 so Nintendo can have time to get their games ready for Switch 2. That would be interesting.
Here, I got it right here. And I my computer was running slower because I had too much stuff up. But okay, so it says Nintendo Switch to get multi remasters from third-party developers in 2025 to compensate for Nintendo's focus on the Switch 2 rumor. Multi third-party remasters could be hitting the Nintendo Switch in 2025 to compensate for the publisher's internal team's focus on console's successor. According to PH Brazil, who proved to be somewhat reliable. Here we go with that. In the past, Japanese publisher itself is planning to release a GameCube game and a Nintendo 3DS game remastered on the console in 2025. Also, Nintendo is reportedly courting third-party publishers to release remasters on the system to beef up its release lineup in 2025 to make sure the players not immediately upgrading to the Nintendo Switch 2 will still have new games to play. They got plenty of games to play. Okay, new games to play. But these are not new anyway. This, the leaker highlights, doesn't suggest in any way that the new console is farther away than anticipated. Among the publishers that are being courted by Nintendo are Ubisoft, boo, which could release remaster of Splinter Cell, Blacklist, Rayman 3. Is that the one that was on the Wii U that got held back?
Bro, I don't know what Rayman 3 is. Okay. I don't think that's it.
I think that's an older one. And then the first two entries in the Drive series, EA and Bandai Namco. Boo on EA. They need to give us Madden. Given how Nintendo Switch release schedule for the first few months of 2025, releasing remaster seemed like a good idea to keep the console alive before and shortly after the release of its successor, of which we currently know very little outside of the fact that it has been in the works for a long time. Leaks from the past few months suggest that the system will also support ray tracing, NVIDIA DLSS in some capacity. Hopefully, it won't take much longer to see the actual system, which shouldn't look too different from the current one. How do you know that, sir? And what is capable and what it is capable of doing. So, I don't care. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I don't care. I mean, what was Splinter Cell Blacklist good? Yeah, actually it was. It was a cool game. Raymond 3, yeah, I don't care. I don't know, man. K-Bun, what's your thoughts, bro? I don't know.
I done zoned out. What's going on here?
Don't do that. Don't do that, K-Bun. Don't do that.
You started saying something about Ubisoft and Rayman and Splinter Cell.
I would play that Blacklist. I would play that Blacklist.
Yeah, Blacklist is good. I'm not gonna say it wasn't good, but it ain't enough. I don't care.
None of these games are games people were asking for.
I don't care.
I don't.
I really don't.
It doesn't really hit a dent because no one. Let me not say no one because that's also a false statement. I don't think there are a lot of people that were asking for these games.
Well,
So
I mean, no, we wasn't. I don't know if we asked for. Well, there ain't too many games that we be getting that we do ask for. But have you? Okay, this was a. I'm trying to think if it's the one where you own the helicopter, and yes, I think this is the one. This is actually good. I actually beat this game. I think it came out on the Wii U, if I'm not mistaken. It's good. So I'm not gonna say I wouldn't play it if they remade it and it was graphically better and all that stuff. I would definitely give it a go. But I don't care. You know, I care. I'd rather play Solid Snake and what is that? Snake Eater? What's that? Which one they remaking, K-Bun?
Snake Eater.
Yeah. Now again, okay. Now if the visuals is gonna look like that remastered or remake, if that's not that's a remake. That's not a remaster. I don't know if I want a remaster of these games. And why? What? There's enough games on the Switch to hold anybody that's on the Switch up. There's enough there. You don't need these titles. And these titles are not going to hold anybody up. I don't understand that part of it. Like we solicited them to make these titles. If you solicited them, why don't you solicit them to make them for your new system, not your old one? That's why the rumor don't make any sense to me. Nintendo is 100 years old. Switch 100 years old. On about 1 billion games. Why do you need them to make a remaster of something like K-Bum said nobody wants, so that they don't feel left out or don't feel hanging? Why you focus on what you should be focusing on?
And Blacklist wouldn't even be that big of an update.
Right.
Because it was on the Wii U. Like the visual, you wouldn't be able to see that. Rayman 3, yes, that was the PS2 game.
Okay, let me look that up.
That wouldn't be that big of a leap.
Yeah, that just don't make any sense. Go ahead. Who wanna Rayman? Because the one I'm thinking of was Rayman Legend. That was the one that was on. That was
No. They talking about the PS2 game. It was the full 3D game.
Nobody wants this mess. Nobody wants this. Why ain't you going to get Evil, Beyond Good and Evil 2, the game that Ubisoft supposed to be releasing? Y'all remember that trailer that they showed that we ain't heard nothing about since, where he got on the stage and cried?
It was all a lie.
K-Bum, he cried. He shed real tears, sir. You remember that?
On a fake game.
On a fake game and Just Dance. He was crying. Nia, he was shedding man tears over Just Dance and a fake CGI trailer. He came out crying. And this is what y'all beg. How about, you know what they could have asked for? What's the Red Steel?
That would be interesting.
That would have been dope. You got motion controls. Why not make Red Steel 2 and tell them to bump up the visuals there? Nobody wants these games.
Or my favorite Ubisoft game, Watch Dogs 2. With all the DLC.
I almost
that I never played.
I almost to slap yourself on that one.
Watch Dogs 2 is fire.
I know you. That's why I didn't do it, because I know you sincere. I'm like, man, I tried Watch Dogs 2. it was just too much. It was too involved for me. I think it was just too much, man. Actually do too much. But no, I'm just saying it's so many games that Nintendo could have. If they really asking them, I would love to get the original Red Steel with better controls and better visuals. Because I thought the original Red Steel, it was more appealing to me than, even though I know the second one was better, the original Red Steel had a lot of potential, man. While I bring back Zombie U.
Nah.
You don't know? Came on notice something? Did you?
That's a no key.
That's a. I mean, the beauty of it was, you know, the looking down and doing stuff on the gamepad. All of that's lost.
Yeah, bring this back. If you're gonna bring back Red Steel, man, with proper. No, I don't want to see you, sir. I want to see the actual gameplay. I thought this game.
I don't think I played much of the first one
because it was terrible. It was so terrible to control, man. It made me so sick. I got sick playing that game. But it looked visually. See, the second one made me mad because they went away from the realistic. They was going for a realistic aesthetic in the first one.
And I love the second one, which is crazy.
And the sound effects was good in the first one too. But yeah, man, bring this back. Ain't this made by Ubisoft?
Yep.
Bring this back and make the visuals better. I feel like this game never got the proper, because it was ahead of its time and they didn't have the Wii Motion Plus at that time, and it just couldn't do what it needed to do. This needed Wii Motion Plus and a little bit more time under the hood, but it actually got potential. Dang, I forgot, man. I remember this. This game has potential, man. Bring this back. You're gonna bring something back. But anyway, it reminds me of 00 GoldenEye for the N64. How they talking to him. Them visuals was trash. Oh, those are trash visuals. Anything else, I'll be done.
We good. Hey, man, Red Steel 2 was a much better game, though.
Let me look at Red Steel 2. All right, hold on. Yes, it was. I agree. But if I had to choose between the look of this one, I would choose Red Steel visuals. I like Red Steel's visuals, but I did play a lot of Red Steel 2. But I thought Red Steel had something a little bit better going for it than 2, as far as what it was trying to do. I thought it was more appealing because it was more realistic. This is more cartoony. I liked it, but I would have wished they would have just stayed with the aesthetic of the original. This is the second. Yeah. The sound ain't nowhere the same to me. Yeah, I know this one better, Keith, but the original one to me had more potential. Did you beat this one?
Oh yeah, I was mad too because after I beat it, I was thinking that there was gonna be more, and there was that's what made me mad. I was like, back then, Nintendo wasn't doing DLC. I was like, man, this game needs some. Like, I want more. Like when I beat the game, I was like, I want more, and that was it. There was nothing else. There was no multiplayer. There was no DLC. There was nothing else. I was pissed.
You saying that good Beyond Good and Evil 2 is still in? Let me see. Beyond. Then we get out of here. We don't went extra long anyway. We had a lot of topics that I knew was gonna. Y'all remember this right here? Ubisoft gonna be out of business before this game see the light of day.
It's almost 11 o'clock.
Yeah. All right, this will be it. Y'all remember this trailer? And this was on the, was this shown for the Xbox Series X and PlayStation 4?
Hey, the fuck? I ain't got no master.
They know good and well we wasn't getting none of this on that system.
Show me the idol. Show me the redeemer.
But we probably couldn't get these visuals on the current system. Did they be lying to us, man? They be straight up lying. Oh,
But
my God.
it just shows you that Ubisoft has the talent.
But that's just a CGI trailer, though.
That's a good trailer.
Yeah, it is. I give you that.
Like, even by today's standard, that's a good trailer.
That's Swiss fucking chocolate, pig.
Yeah, it is. But they knew they wasn't nowhere near them type of graphics at that time, man.
I want every fucking cop.
All right, well, any other thing before we get out of here? That's it?
That fucking bastard!
All right. Well. That was the show for tonight. I hope that y'all enjoyed the back and forth banter with Mr. Norris and K-Bum 20. But we about to get out of here, man. I'm gonna let K-Bum or Mr. Norris go ahead and sign off. I see K-Bum muted. Go ahead, bro. Sign off.
Yes, sir. Oh, man, we went on tonight. Oh, great show, great topics. We tried our best to stay on topic. But man, I appreciate everybody coming through, rocking with us, Nia and everybody in the chat. We really do appreciate that. Everybody stay blessed, stay highly favored and sane, and hopefully we'll get some more info. I think I say this every week, but hopefully we'll get some information about Nintendo Switch 2 next week.
I'm not saying it, man. I'm done saying it. I'm done, dude. Real talk. I am done. They don't never do what they say they gonna do. They never do. So I don't care. It comes like you said. I'm enjoying Echoes of Wisdom. It comes when it comes.
There you go.
Go ahead, K-Bum.
No, man, it's been a good time. Enjoyed the conversation, being able to flush out some ideas, conversated, get some nice banter. But definitely looking forward to getting some information about this Switch. I know I'm personally invested and ready to see some information about it. So hopefully soon they can come out with something, give us something good to be able to have a nice little conversation with. But until then, we're gonna keep the topics coming. We're gonna keep the conversations happening, and we're gonna enjoy ourselves in the process.
Yeah. I'm just tired of hoping for it to come. I don't even want to give myself up. What's up, Olive Steve? Welcome to the show. You late, sir? Love. Oh, you was here. You just didn't say nothing. But I just don't want to. I'm tired of getting my hopes up. I thought it was coming this week. I really did. So at this point, it probably will show up next week. And is this D2K's article?
Yeah, I think in the chat.
It's the big picture.
Wait, the big picture.
Oh no. That's big picture mode for soon.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's what I sent.
Where you put it at, Mr. K-Bum?
I put it in our chat.
Yeah, it's up earlier.
No, I sent it while we were talking.
You did? I don't see it.
Yeah, it's in there.
Right,
It's right before Keith. It's just a link.
yeah, okay. Yeah, it looked like one thing. Okay, so if y'all want to hear D2K's read this article, go to what is this? I guess how you say that?
I don't know how to say it.
BrokenRhythm.com. Yeah, BrokenRhythm.com. BrokenRhythm.com, and you can read his latest article. No excuses, right here. Good article, man. Real good article. That's where you go, right there. www.brokenrhythm.com. So go over there and check out B2K's article. Anyway, I thank everybody for being here on tonight. Alan, Steve, Nia, Chariot Man, Red Pill Sleeper Cell. That's a scary name, sir, but thank you for being here. Who else? And anybody else that was here. Appreciate y'all being here. We'll be back next week, same time, same place. Stay safe in between that time, and we will see y'all. Deuces.
Deuces.
Peace.
We got smash, bros, though.